Welcome to the second game in our doubleheader tonight. Baldwin Wallace and Wilmington in the OAC on bwyellowjackets.com. Baldwin Wallace taking the first match of the night in straight sets, winning by scores of 25-15, 25-13, and 25-15. Wilmington with a loss in that first match of the night, fell to 0-11 on the year. Well, the Yellow Jackets climbed to 8-5 overall. And Baldwin Wallace beat the Quakers for the 12th consecutive time, and each of those 12 were straight set victories. Opening serve, and we're underway. It's 7:39. The Yellow Jackets get started with an early point. Same starters for Wilmington: Sydney Giebel, Sophia Thomas, Carly Schlensker, Joy Beebe, Victoria Long, Rachel Kennedy, and Sierra Bolander. While the Yellow Jackets make a couple of changes to their starting lineup. Sarah Reinhardt, Morgan Martin, Allison May, Kathleen Egan, and Ivy Earle all still starting, but Sydney Kolchigoff and Kale Nicholas get the start here in the second match. So the Jackets open up with a quick 2 points. Baldwin Wallace at 8-5 on the season. Hoping they can close the gap a little bit with Muskingum, who started the day 11-2. After Earle had the ace, give her another point. 4-0. Well, the service error will give it back to Wilmington. A change here as Victoria Long comes out and Blake O'Brien subs on. Now here's a difference for Wilmington so far. Blake O'Brien was replacing Rachel Kennedy in the first match as O'Brien comes up with the ace. She's clearly a talented server. The problem was in the first match, one of the ball boys there had fallen asleep. Anyways, O'Brien clearly is talented behind the line, and the problem in the first match was that every time she came on, she was replacing Rachel Kennedy, who is, I thought, pretty clear-cut Wilmington's best offensive player in that first match. Stebel, good hit. So it's 5-3. Good try by Kennedy. Better dig out by Kolchigoff. This time they go backward toward Giebel. Stebel tried to get terminal, didn't work out. Well, Cecilia scores there. So it's 6-3. Coverage tonight presented to you by Santo's Italian Restaurant in Middleburg Heights. Family owned and operated for over 35 years. Reinhardt on the service line this time. And the Yellow Jackets didn't quite get it down. Started the premature celebration, I think. That's going to turn into a Wilmington point. It's a little sloppy. And a little undercut. Substitution on the Wilmington side as Bolander comes out and Beebe subs back on. Stebble inbounds. And it's 8-4. Just a bit too deep. And the Yellow Jackets service error coughs one up. Well, so far, Baldwin Wallace not quite as sharp here in this first set. Jackets have a 9-5 lead, but only one of the 5 points for Wilmington has come off a kill. Jackets trying to tighten it up a bit. Good service from Martin. That one's a bit too long. The Quakers lead at 9-6. A good scramble from Wilmington. Just wide of the target. (10-6). Beebe, that's off the pin and a Jacket point. Good work there by Allison May, makes it 12-6. And Wilmington calls a timeout. We'll step aside too. Jackets out by half dozen. Here we go with the Jackets leading by a score of 12-6. Looking for Long there over on the far pin. Maybe the set was a bit too far out in front of her. And the Yellow Jackets grab another point, 13-6. Good play on the back line. Egan for Nicholas. No. Martin sets up, and BW hits it too deep. A little too much heat on it there from junior Madeline Bednar. Ivy Earl tried to bury one. It was a good chance. That one's still alive. Boy, that's great volleyball. And 2 hits. Oh, you know what? Not 2 hits. Yes, it is. I beg your pardon. 2 hits on the Yellow Jackets. I think it was on Madeline Bednar. Set up this time for Madeline. She kept it alive for a moment. Egan put it over. And the deflection gives Wilmington another point. Quakers have been much more solid here in this second match so far. Nine serving 13. Nicholas scores. Unfortunately, that's a bad set from Stringer. 2 hits. And it's 15-9 BW. Wilmington was starting to piece together a little bit of a run. That one might have been too deep. They played anyways. Oh, saved by the basketball hoop. Earl scores. Too deep that time from Earl. And Ivy commits her first attack error of the match. How about Cecilia Stebble so far? 5 kills, just 1 error. She's looked really good to date. Earl. Not that time. Again for Long. A deep set for Earl. Boy, that's a tough shot. Wicked good from Sydney Giebel. How about that hit? Zone 2 to zone 2 is a tough shot, and she tucked it in perfectly. Even got a big fist pump from head coach Andy Riesenberg. That was well deserved. The Jackets are losing some of their juice here. 12 serving 16. Make it 13-16. Oh, nifty little play there from Egan. The Jackets bring Stebble back on. That's in play. Hits the tape. Just barely. Riesenberg over at the down referee, who's holding his index finger and thumb about an inch apart as if to say, those are being ruled in, but you could make an argument they're that much out of bounds. At least that's how he sees it. That That one's wide of the margin. And certainly don't give him a hard time for fighting for his team. 19-13, we'll step aside. First set here in match 2. BW 19, Wilmington 13. Getting later in the first set of our second match tonight. Cecilia Stebel leading the Jackets here early on. BW playing through Nicholas. She scores again. Her second kill so far. Good anticipation there from Reinhard. And the Yellow Jacket front line led by Kathleen Egan. That was good work on both sides. 21-13 as BW makes another change here. I believe that's Sam Pruitt that's coming in. Good score there for Wilmington. Rachel Kennedy checks back on. So does Blake O'Brien. And it's 21-14. Stebel cracks one good. Dug out nicely. She gets another chance at it. Power on the pins really helping the Jackets. Reinhard got served one off the chin. And Wilmington grabs the point. 15-21. Pruitt sets for Stebel. That was easy money. Clearly a good relationship there between Cece and Sam. Gave each other a nice little hug. Sam Pruitt, been around this program for quite a while now. One of the few leftovers from the old Scott Carter days before Casey Enger took over. Of course, Sam missed the entire 2019 season due to injury. You can see she still wears that brace on her left knee after she was academic all-conference during her sophomore year. Sam's a really good player and quite a nice young lady. She's been through a lot the last 2 years now. Gets a chance to serve here. Jackets lead at 23-16. That's a nice serve. Kennedy scores. Quakers make another change as Stringer returns. Thomas heads out. Well, Wilmington's got a chance to do something here they have not done very often. just 2 points shy of scoring 20. If you missed that note in the first match, after losing the first, that one hit the up ref. It's a Jacket point. After losing the first match in straight sets, Wilmington has lost now 60 of their last 61 sets. And they have failed to score 20 points in all but 3 of those. Set point here for the Jackets at 24-18. Well, that'll wrap it up. So BW with a 25-18 win in set 1. They take the 4th straight set of the night, but still a good offensive showing there, comparatively speaking, by Wilmington. Set 2 coming up next. Here we go with the second set. Yellow Jackets took the first set 25-18. They have won sets tonight in the 2 matches, 25-15 twice, 25-13 and 25-18. Along that 20-point mark conversation we were having back in the first set, Wilmington has only had 1 set all season where they've scored at least 20 points in that set. And they lost 25-22 to Mount Union back on March 19th. Everything else has been fewer than 20 points. And there are straight set losses. But we've seen some signs of growth. And again, I do think that Wilmington, with freshman Victoria Long and freshman Rachel Kennedy on the outside, those are, I think, pretty clearly Wilmington's two best offensive players. And the future is looking brighter with younger talent that's starting to perform a little bit better. This is Kennedy. That one wasn't hit far enough. 2-1 Jackets. Couple of other matches around the conference tonight as Wilmington scores there. Ohio Northern took both from Capital, although perhaps they were a bit sloppy in the second one, losing one of the sets. Mount Union and Heidelberg split. Purple Raiders took the first match in 3, but took the, Heidelberg took the second match in 5. Otterbein beat Muskingum in straight sets in their first match. They have another one coming. Don't have an update for you on the John Carroll Marietta matches. And then, of course, this one here this evening. And everybody will be off till Tuesday. Good start by the Quakers. 4-2. That was nicely dug out. Kennedy rejected. Giebel, no. Dunn sends it over. This is better work from the Quakers. It was a poor set. Earl makes him pay for it. Good rally, but the Jackets take the point. Four. Quakers lead it 5-4. Ivy Earl. It's ruled inbounds. Well, so far, so good in terms of the competitiveness here in this set. Five. Stebble takes care of it. Jackets going to try to get on a little run here. Set up down the middle for BB. Well, by this point, I think Wilmington knows that The only chance they really have for power is for plays like that with Kennedy. Well, one referee ruled it in, one ruled it out. And they went with the official on the far side of the floor. Had a better angle. 7-5 BW. Six serving 7. Stebble. Not that time. Good dig. Victoria long over. Good play by Kale Nicholas. She's really having a nice match. Nicholas has done a really nice job. With her size and power, Nicholas really could be a huge contributor to this offense. She doesn't have the same number of kills per set that Garrett, Earl, and Stebble average, but when she gets her chances lately, she's been good. The Jackets take another point. Good try by Allison May. Another soft shot. Jackets have gone up for a lot of blocks around the net and leave themselves susceptible in that soft spot behind the front line. Wilmington has attacked that an awful lot so far. How about the back row attack? I don't think we've seen one of those the whole match from Ivy Earl. Stebble, no. Another one. Long kept it alive. That was sloppy. The Yellow Jackets need to wake up here. This has been rather uninspiring. Wilmington ties it up at 9 apiece. Stebble scores. And I think there's something to be said for the challenge of mentally staying locked in and having a killer instinct. I mean, if you're the Yellow Jackets, you know, this really is a match that you should take in straight sets. But after having won the first 4 sets in a row, of which the most recent was Wilmington's best offensive performance with 18 points, I think there's something to be said for the mental fatigue associated with, you know, playing in a match where you're expected to win, and maybe you lose your edge a little bit. So the Jackets need to figure it out. This is not a great start. 10-10. Well, BW makes it 11-10 there. And frankly, it's also hard to beat a team 6 sets in a row. I mean, somewhere along the way, you know, the odds are that isn't going to happen. Hard to beat a team 3 sets in a row, let alone 6 straight. I realize that Wilmington is young and maybe lacking some talent in a few spots. But you can't lose your focus, that's for sure. And I'm sure that's part of the conversation right now that the Jackets are having on the sideline, is trying to figure out how to get locked back in. Good try. There's a point from the right pin. Alexis Garrett scores to make it 14-11. Kennedy rejected. Tries again, May digs it out. Nicholas, a Jacket point. $15-11. Good service there from Allison May. Another one for Earl. Gets it. Now BW starting to feel it a little bit. We were tied at 10, and now the Jackets lead at 17-11. Allison May with the ace. We step aside during a timeout. Well, time for the Jackets to get rolling again with a 17-11 lead. And after another service ace from Allison May.
Ace by number 6, Allison May.
Makes it 18-11. Too long. Boy, Wilmington was right there. 10-10. They had BW all out of sorts. And things have gone off the rails pretty quickly since then. Kennedy, well done. So it's 12 serving 19 as it snaps the run for the Jackets there. Good angle from Earl. And she scores to make it 20-12. Kolchagov on the service. Kennedy blocked. Earl tried to strike again. Kennedy puts it over. Earl scores again. I think Wilmington needs to get a little bit better play out of their libero spot. It's been a tough day for Carly Schlensker. Good effort from Reinhard. Boy, that was fabulous. Sarah does it again. Wilmington a bit off balance, but they scramble okay, and they make it happen. Good work by the Quakers. Jackets lead the second set, 21-13. Earl denied by Stringer. Great block by McKenzie. Service error gives the Jackets a point. 22-14. Stebel back in for Dunn. Wilmington staves off another point there. Good point. Great job there by Egan. And the Jackets have set point. BB, too deep. That'll wrap up the second set. Baldwin Wallace 25, Wilmington 15 as the Jackets take a 2-0 lead into the third. Third set of the match. Baldwin Wallace having won each of the first two after taking the first match of the night in straight sets. And it starts with a nice point from Cece Stebble. Stebble's the leading scorer in this game. That's her 12th kill. Only 2 attack errors as she quickly comes off the floor. Baldwin Wallace has done a really nice job up on their front line so far tonight. And so it's 1-0 BW as they try to pick up their 9th win of the season. Yellow Jackets take a 2-0 lead. Sydney Giebel, who had a tough first game, playing much better here in the second. Only hitting 105, but 5 kills, 3 errors is a much better line than she had earlier. Wilmington serving. 1 serving 2. Jackets get the point there. Ivy Earl makes it 3-1 BW. That's a net violation on BW. It was certainly accidental, but sometimes that happens. 3 serving 3. And Wilmington takes the 4-3 lead. This is the 12th match of the year for the Wilmington Quakers. They're still looking for their first set victory. They've lost every match in straight sets. But tonight, they've had a couple of moments where they looked fairly organized. Tell you what, if they continue to play against Heidelberg in particular, they play Heidelberg the way that, and certainly Capital, the way they've played here these last couple of sets, they absolutely could, at a minimum, win a set, if not win a match this year. Dunn sends it over. Oh, lucky break there for Jackets. Reinhard keeps it alive. Kolchagov over. BB can't kill it. BW try to take advantage middle of the floor. And a fortunate break turns into a Wilmington point. 6-4 Wilmington. Earl denied, and BW gives up another point. Casey Enger calls timeout. Jackets use their first timeout of the entire night. Down 7-4 here in the third. 7-4 Wilmington as play resumes. Jackets get a point closer. That 7-4 lead is, or I should say was, Wilmington's largest lead of the entire night so far. Beebe can't finish it. Stebel got it. Kennedy, too much. 7-7. All right, the Jackets scored. Make it 4 in a row now, and 8-7 as Wilmington calls timeout. We'll step aside. Eight-7 Jackets. Out of that timeout, Wilmington had fairly quickly called. They squandered that 7-4 lead. And trying to keep this one as tight as possible early on. Good block. Nicholas denies it. No, this is a group on the floor that BW should be able to put together a good run with. Nicholas, Stebel, Earl, Kolchagov, Reinhardt, and Egan all out there. Good kill. Nice job, Rachel Kennedy. Macy Hamilton to serve. 8 serving 9. Stebel just powers one down. Went off Jeebel's hands and into Hamilton's chin. Hopefully she's okay. Reinhardt on the error. Makes it 9-10. Good try. Good effort there from Wilmington, but not quite enough. Sam Pruitt comes back on for BW. Playing through Victoria Long, she misses it. Right idea, but execution a little off. 12-9. And Long scores. Sophia Thomas back in for Stringer. Pruitt's drop shot unsuccessful. Back to Victoria Long. Wilmington hanging tough. Just like last set, they're right in the thick of it here. 11, serving 12. And this is the closest Wilmington's been all night. This deep into a set. Stebble couldn't finish that point. Belender, no. How about Stebble again? Got it. Well, wait a second. The far official said it was in, but the near side official said out. And they went with Wilmington point to tie it at 12. Trying to play through Long again. That one's inbounds, and Wilmington takes a 13-12 lead. Allison May grabs a point at the net. 13 apiece. Good serve from Angela Dunn. Nice back set, kept alive by Reinhard. And Dunn underhits it. Wilmington takes the lead, 14-13. And now they bring in arguably their best server, in Blake O'Brien, with Kennedy on the floor still. Earl can't get terminal. Good job by the Jackets there. 14-14. There's a good dig from Schlensker, one of her better ones of the night. Earl sends it over. More than halfway through this set, deadlocked at 14 apiece until that kill from Rachel Kennedy. She cracks one down, Kennedy with her 7th kill, and Wilmington takes a 15-14 lead. Starting to get interesting here finally in this 6th set of the night. A double hit. 15 all. Kolchagov, good serve. Kennedy this time. Scores again. Rachel rocking on that left pin. 16-15 Wilmington. Jackets won the first match 25-15, 25-13, 25-15. And in the second match, BW leads 25-18, 25-15. But Wilmington has a 16-15 lead here in this third set. Jackets with a big point. Good service ace from Ivy. Last time Wilmington won a set, It was the third set against Marietta last season. They lost the match in 4, but it was the only set they've won in OAC play since the beginning of last year. It's 18-16 Jackets. BW seems to be stepping up a bit here. Wilmington takes a timeout, trying to keep this tight. Could be down to the wire here in the third. 19-16 Jackets. Here we go as play resumes with the Yellow Jackets out front 19-16. Wilmington trying to make this match move on a little bit longer and fight for a third set win. Stebel, no. Kennedy can't score. Stebel rejected, but Reinhardt there to back her up. And what a good job it was. Wilmington has gotten better with each set tonight. I truly believe that, regardless of the scores. Their confidence has grown, their passing has grown, their serve-receive has gotten better. Rachel Kennedy continues to play well. Wilmington's moving in the right direction. Can they make something happen here in this one? 20-17. And Hamilton comes back to serve as Kennedy checks out. Too deep from Hamilton. 21-17. Reinhardt, what a play. Another chance for Victoria Long. Sebel doesn't put it down. Good try from Kathleen Egan. Stebel gets it. She's having a heck of a match. CC Stebel, her 14th kill. Egan with 6, Nicholas with 6, Earl with 9, but Stebel leading the way with 14 as the Jackets are 3 points away from a sweep. Oh, that's a tough serve. Wilmington tried to keep it going, but Reinhardt with a dynamite delivery there. And the Jackets have match point. Wilmington had this match with a 16-15 lead. Now they trail 24-17. Just not enough to close it out. Stebble tried to call game, didn't work. Another chance for Allison May, no. Egan, that's in there. And that's all she wrote. Baldwin Wallace in straight sets, back-to-back matches over the Wilmington Quakers. Tonight's final score, BW 25-18, 25-15, 25-17. So the Jackets are now 9-5 on the season. Wilmington falls to 0-12, but they are definitely improving as the season progresses. BW only with a couple of matches left here during the regular season. Kind of hard to believe we're getting down to the stretch. Jackets will host Marietta on Friday, April 9th, 1 week from tonight. We'll have that for you live here on BWYellowJackets.com. In the meantime, BW will be back on the floor on Tuesday in Alliance at Mount Union for a 6 and 8 p.m. doubleheader. I'm Brendan Gulick. Thanks for tuning in tonight. The Yellow Jackets straight set wins in both of their 2 matches tonight, and they keep this good momentum rolling, 4th place in the league after Tuesday's competition. We'll see you again real soon here at BWYellowJackets.com.